Twisted Tuesday has begun. This is Sports Rage. I am Gabriel Morency, but you already know that because you're VIP patrons. As we kick it on Patreon this evening, we appreciate the support from the 41 strong. I would expect when we lower it to $20, we'll pick up a couple of new people, but ultimately, it might take a while to get to 100. We'll have to wait for new people to come on board. Looks like we have the 41 hardcores as it is. Hey, it's all good. It's all good, and we welcome Tom Albert to the chat. First time our boy Tom Albert, Brian Kolka, is AKA Tom Albert. Thanks for signing up, Tom Albert. Good to have you on board. Hope you're enjoying the Saturday night extravaganzas. We're working on Taylor Stevens for this Saturday. Like we've already started working on Saturday's show because we have to deliver on Saturday nights. Last week, a good show. We had, it was a fight night, more of a betting and rambling theme to the program. We'll try to set it up so we have a Saturday night party once again this week. As we should also this Saturday be the owners of a brand new racehorse. Well, not a brand new racehorse, probably about a 7 or 8 year old racehorse, to be honest. Probably an older horse, not a brand new horse. We can't afford a brand new horse. Brand new horses are pricey. We're not buying a fucking pony here for a fucking little kid to ride around on. We're buying a horse to win races with. So there's been a lot of logistics. There's a lot of behind the scenes work that's gone into this, but it looks as if though Thursday night is go time. We will be getting the horse this Thursday. And I spoke with Cody today, and Cody can't even go on Thursday. I'm literally going alone. Like literally and figuratively. I got to go all the way out to fucking Mohawk Raceway. I don't even know where it is. I don't know how I'm getting there. I don't know anything. All I know is I got to go out there and take care of this. I'm making a list of things that Cam's going to have to do after. I can't wait. Like, when something comes up like down the road with this horse and stuff, I'm going to tell him, dude, I did all the legwork. I fucking went and got the fucking thing. You know, it's good luck. You're taking care of this problem. You're taking care of this problem. So we'll have the name of the horse later in the week. Like I said, it's not 100% because nothing's 100% in this world, but it's a go. Like the plan is we're off and running. We've waited long enough. The weather's warming up right now. The plan was to be on the track in late May, and that's exactly what's going to happen. That's exactly what's going to happen. Like I said, next Thursday it's going to be June 1st. So yeah, the plan comes into fruition. We'll have June and July. We're going to give it the old college try for 2 months. 6 weeks to 8 weeks. 2 months. 2 months. We want to get 8 races out of this. So I'm going alone, but the good news is, obviously, I'm not just going to go alone and do this. Our trainer's going to be there meeting me. And one good thing, better than anything, is Mike Saftik's going to be there. I'm going to meet Mike Saftik there. So we've got the driver and the fucking trainer. Who else do we need? That's all that's important. Basically, I'm showing up with the money. Hey, here you guys go. Let's pick it out, Mike. Whatever. Tell me which horse we're getting, you know? So I'm excited about this. Been a lot of talk, and it's amazing because this is one of the few drunken schemes that we put together that's actually coming to fruition in real life. This all started the day they canned everybody at the network, and they canned MMA Meltdown, and everyone was all fucked up, and And Cody was talking about a new career. He's like, the media, fuck the media. I'm getting out of the media. I'm going to get back in, I'm going to get into horse racing with my father. And then the bells just went off. Ding, 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 ding. I was like, fuck, man, we got to get a horse too. Fuck. Cody's not fucking around, man. The dude lives across the street from me, actually. He lives in a condo across the street. Most of the people that work at the network live in the area type of deal. A couple of kids got shafted, man. There was like one kid, he's 22, 23. He inherited money because his grandparents passed away. All I got was like the plaque with my grandfather's pictures. I've never inherited anything. Like, no, you know. I've had a lot of people die. I've never specifically inherited anything. But anyways, yeah. Kid buys, you can't make this shit up. Not just him. There were two dudes, and they were young kids, like first job in the industry and stuff. I don't overly feel sorry for them because they didn't have money to buy a fucking condo. I don't know where these kids get the fucking money from. But it's actually three. I'm thinking of another kid now. 3 people bought condos in the area and were all fired. One of the dudes got fired the day he moved in. He fucking moved in. He bought a condo downtown Toronto, all happy, moves into the place and loses his job that fucking day. He was smart. He fucking moved out right away and he rents it to somebody that works at the station now. So, that's a cold fucking world. But anyways, Cody's fed up. So I guess Cody bought a condo a couple of years ago. He said it's small. It's pissing him off. He wants to get out of there. He's tired of downtown Toronto. And Cody's buying a farm. He showed me the place today. Pretty crazy. 60 acres for $550,000. And it's only 1 hour outside of Toronto. As opposed to $500K for a 1-bedroom condo. He told me his condo, he's going to sell it. He'll get $320,000 for it. Yeah, the one that I'm in would be probably, $350,000, $375,000. The problem with the real estate market in Toronto is everybody wants to sell because they think it's a lot. It's a false market type of deal. People aren't going to get the money that they want because there's too many houses and too many condos on the market. But Cody knows that, so he even said, I don't care, I'll get $320,000 and I'm going to buy this place. And he showed me the place, and it's fucking wicked, man. $590,000, 60 acres. You get a house, a fucking barn for the horses, like a big barn, so because he's going to get horses. So he's got a big barn for the horses. There's a house part, and the house is pretty nice. Like, he showed me the inside of it. And on top of it, there's like a fucking garage, like a mechanic's garage. Like in the picture, there's a bunch of cars. It looks like a workshop. Like a guy has a garage in there, like he's a mechanic or something. So Cody's getting a garage, a barn, and a house for $590K. And he's very happy about it. And he's getting into the horse racing industry, but he's not good to go this Thursday. I don't know, long story, whatever. He's getting a horse in a couple of weeks and blah, blah, blah. So Cody wanted to come with me, but Cody's not. But Cody's moving out to the horseland this summer. So yeah, we're fired up for some horse racing. Pretty fucking crazy. Like, think about it. Next Thursday, we're going to be at the fucking track owning a fucking horse race. a horse in a race. Like, not only going to be at the track, it's going to be like, no, that's our fucking horse, man. Let's go. Oh, fuck, please, man. Like, I don't ask for a lot from Lord Gambler. I've had a rough couple of years. Like, I'm telling you, man, us winning this fucking race at like fucking 42-1 or something would really, really, really help me out. It would really help me out, Lord Gambler. Cam says if we finish in the top 3, he's going to cry. Cam says, yeah, if we finish in the top 3, Gabe, I'm going to break down in tears. That's a big success. He's like, if our horse finishes the race, it's a success. I'm like, no, that's not a success. Our horse just finishing the race isn't good enough. I don't want to just finish the fucking race. Like, I'm going to be fucking pissed. I got to be honest. Like, I've got to tailor my emotions about this and understand we might not win every week, you know? Well, I'm going to be real disappointed if we don't come in the top 5. That's my goal. Like, our first race, I want top 5. I want top 5. So we'll keep you posted on that. The Golden State Warriors and the San Antonio Spurs have just started. As we all know, Kawhi Leonard is out. It's 14-6 early, midway through the first, a little slower scoring. Warriors are minus 15.5. In-game is 206.5. The Nashville Predators and the Ducks are still scoreless right now, early in the second period of play. The Boston fucking Celtics, and I talked about this on TV today a bit, but I'm getting fucking sick of Boston, man. Like, I really fucking am. It's too much. Like, it never fucking ends with you guys. Like, think about this. Like, the Patriots' little run is going to be done in a year or two. Like, they're not going to keep this up forever. Like, it's over. Like, Brady's fucking 40 years old. Like I said, the Patriots, I look at Brady like being a pain in the ass for another 2 years. Maybe even next year, somebody just takes his fucking head off type of thing, you know? Time's undefeated. But as soon as the Patriots decline, the fucking Celtics are going to take off. The Celtics have the number 1 pick in the draft. You're the number 1 seed in the East. Now you got the number 1 pick in the draft. You're stocked. Last year you had like 6 draft picks. You got a bunch of draft picks again this year. You got the first overall fucking pick in the draft. It never ends with these cocksuckers in Boston, man. I'm getting tired of it. I'm positive about the Raptors' future, but I'm happy about the Raptors' future, but the Celtics' future looks a little bit brighter. Like, where the fuck are we picking in the draft? Thing with the NBA draft is, too, you can get good in a hurry in the NBA, with the NBA draft. Like, Philadelphia is a year or 2 away from, like, fucking exploding type shit. Like, it gets to the point where you have so much talent that you can't help but be good. But at the same point in time, Minnesota's been stacking up draft picks, and they're still pretty useless. They do have a lot of talent, but they're still pretty useless. So, speaking of pretty useless, I took a nap around 5 o'clock today. I've been very tired recently. I was beaten down. I didn't mean to take a nap. I fucking blazed one, and I basically passed out for an hour and a half. And I pass out for an hour and a half, and I hear fucking breaking news. And whatever, man. CNN fucking announces breaking news when the fucking clock turns to the next hour. 7 o'clock, breaking news. 7 o'clock, that's our breaking news. You fucktards always have fucking breaking news, and it's never real breaking fucking news. Now, it's getting to be fucking impossible to keep up with fucking Donald Trump right now. Like, it's overwhelming. Like, no shit. Like, no exaggeration. Like, I honestly forgot for a couple of minutes today. I'm like, what is it that he did yesterday that was so fucking bad and crazy? And now he's just raised it up a notch and it's just so stupid and crazy?
Courtesy to Secretary of State Rex.
It never fucking ends. So, here are the pictures, of course, from a couple of weeks ago, or last week. It's hard to keep up with this fucker. Of course, he met with the Russians, the same Russians that fucking fixed the election, the same Russians, this Kislyak dude, the fat guy with the white hair here, He's the guy, he's a spy, fuck. He's part of the fucking investigation. It's like basically being in a mob. You're under investigation and your underlings come over. You take a bunch of fucking pictures. Then we find out that, Trump, oh yeah, that was it yesterday. Trump fucking shared classified information with the Russians. He shared a fucking Israeli covert operation with the Russians. And anyone who follows me on Twitter knows I know what I'm talking about because I told you it was Israel before it was even public. I knew it was Israel. So he fucking shared a covert operation about ISIS with the Russians who were in cahoots with the Syrians and the Iranians. It's mine, like, it's like, well, he did what? What are you talking about? No. I told you guys last week, he's a fucking idiot for even letting these guys in the fucking Oval Office. And remember I said that right after the CIA told Trump, they said, you're a fucking dumbass. We got to fucking debug your room now. He said, you know, they might have just scanned everything in the White House, buddy. Like, you know, if you didn't fucking check them, like, you're like, they're exasperated. Like, Donald Trump's like a 9-year-old. They're exasperated. They like, it's to the point where everyone's like, it's hopeless. He's hopeless. So we thought it was bad that he let him in. Oh, no, don't worry. He shared fucking classified information. This classified information is so secret that other countries don't know it. Like, he just basically, hey, Russia, let me give you what I got here. So he tells Russia everything, which is not illegal. He can do that. He's the president. He can declassify anything. If it was anybody else, literally, if anybody else in America had said the shit that he said last night to the Russians, or we found out about, last night, they'd be under arrest for leaking classified information. Like, it's so serious, the Israelis are saying that Trump might have just gotten someone killed. Turns out the Israeli Secret Service have a secret spy service, the Mossad. Turns out they have a bunch of fucking infiltrators in ISIS. And Trump told Russia this. Said, Israel infiltrated ISIS and we're finding out about all these plots. It's fucking insane. Listen, I think a lot of this Russia shit, and I've spoken about it, that Trump didn't collude with Russia with the election. He's too stupid. But it's fucking insane. Like, he's fucking sharing the shit that the CIA is telling them now with Russia. Is Russia sharing shit with you, Donnie? How fucking stupid are you? And I tell you what, Russia, you guys aren't too bright either, because you're overdoing it now. You're overdoing it. You have a plant in the White House. It's pretty clear Donald Trump is your bitch. So, because it's pretty clear now that you have information on this guy. Let's stop with the charade, all right? Let's stop with the charade here. They have something on Trump. Point blank. You know, let's be real. So Trump is just fucking, hey, let me give him classified information that even the generals don't know. Like, it's so crazy. The generals don't even know this shit. Like, Trump just opened up the cookie jar to the Russians. Come into the Oval Office, and I'm going to tell you a story about the intel service. And they're saying because Trump wanted to impress them. Basically, it looks like a shakedown to me. Looks like the Russians came and said, what do you have for us, you fucking bitch? What do you have for us? Like, I'm flabbergasted. I'm flabbergasted. And then the compound matters. Like, they don't let the American press in. Trump gets nailed by the Russian media because the Russians are just making him look bad. And that's the thing. Like, if you're Russia, you're pushing it too much, man. You're pushing it too much. It reminds me, like, I used to know a girl who worked at Dunkin' Donuts. I lived in downtown Montreal, and I was in a band and shit. We lived a bunch above a Dunkin' Donuts. And one of the chicks in the Dunkin' Donuts liked the dude I lived with. And he started doing her and shit. And every time we went to Dunkin' Donuts, she would hook us up. Like crazy, though. But we flew too close to the sun. We overdid it. We overdid it, and she got fucking pinched. because my buddies were fucking greedy. Fuck. They were going in there all the fucking time. You know what I mean? Because the basically deal was, I used to go in once a day. I would go in once a day and I would stockpile. I get like 2 bags of food for $7. Because, you know, it's on video. You got to pay and shit. So basically, I would order 1 fucking sandwich combo. I'd get fucking 3 sandwich combos. I'd order 4 cookies. I'd get 8 cookies. You know what I mean? So, you know, but some of my buddies used to overdo it and go in with $1 and, you know, come on, hook me up and like fucking. So they overdid it and she got nailed and we lost our fucking Dunkin' Donuts score. This is what, if you're Russia, you're doing. It's like you're making Trump look so bad now that eventually he's going to have to cut you off. I'm amazed. I'm amazed that he hasn't cut them off yet. So we talked about how he had to be told to stop talking to Mike Flynn. Mike Flynn's under investigation. So Trump refuses to stop talking to Mike Flynn. Even all of what I just said, that was only 24 hours ago, and even that's enough to chew on. I pass out for an hour tonight. I wake up and I find out that Donald Trump is on record telling James Comey to drop the fucking charges and the investigation against Flynn, which is 100,000% obstruction of justice, tampering, with a witness, etc. It's everything. It's everything under everything. It's everything under everything. So he shares classified information, which isn't illegal, but it's reckless, it's stupid, it's just incompetent. And then we find out the next day that he asked the head of the FBI to drop a fucking federal investigation about election tampering for an election that he won for a friend of his. Like, this is dictator coup shit. This is like mob boss type shit. Like, that's what this is. I'd like you to drop the investigation. Now, James Comey, being the fucking cop that he is, documented everything. Documented everything. Knowing, no doubt, that Trump was going to throw him under the bus, so now he's got dirt. And if you notice, too, one thing, we shouldn't know all these things. Like, I'm telling you, I'm sure Barack Obama behind the scenes had a lot of fuck-ups, but we don't know about it. Nobody ever finds out about this stuff. We're finding out about everything that happens in that room. It's like even when Trump closes the door in the Oval Office, anything that happens in that room gets out. So it's becoming pretty clear that the intelligence community is throwing Trump under the bus. And it's not a surprise. We warned of this for fucking months. Trump called them Nazis. He's fucking pissing them off. Remember he said he doesn't trust the CIA, he trusts Russia more. He fires Comey. And basically, long story short, Trump's in a lot of trouble right now. Like, he's running out of friends. He's running out of real estate. He's running out of racetrack. Because it's become pretty clear that the intelligence community is going to continue to leak anything about Donald Trump. I mean, how do we know this about him leaking shit to the Russians? How do we find out about this? Like, I don't know if they're bugging his Oval Office or they just seem to know everything. Like, they know everything. So, the thing is, Trump has so much dirt and so much skeletons in the closet, they could crush him at any moment. Tonight is the first time we're hearing it for real. And people that were around the Nixon stuff are starting to talk about it. Like, we're getting dangerously close to impeachment time. Like, even though the Republicans are in charge, we're getting close to impeachment time. Like, he's a reckless danger, basically. He's an incompetent, petulant man-child, and he's starting to put America at risk. It's to the point now. Now, he still has his defenders, and the 36% that love him are going to love him no matter what. Alex Jones and Roger Stone. Of course, Roger Stone is close to Donald Trump. Roger Stone said last night that there's a conspiracy and a plot to overthrow Donald Trump by the Republicans even. That they're basically going to say he's incompetent. And Donald Trump is going to step aside for medical reasons. But behind the scenes, they're going to tell him, either you step aside or we're going to basically say that you're fucking batshit crazy. And like, it's to the point they want him to see like a psychiatrist, like a health. Like, remember his medical checkup was a fraud. So they're going to push the angle that he's got some screws loose, that he is in the early stages of Alzheimer's. I still don't think he's getting impeached, but I tell you right now, there's no way in fucking hell Donald Trump's going to make 4 years. How is he going to last 4 years like this? Like, I don't know what he can do to get out of this. It's too late. It's too late. You've already pissed the CIA and the FBI off. It's too late. We talked about this for the last fucking 4 months, Donnie. We said, don't fuck these guys over. They will fucking get you. They will beat you. They told him. They warned him. Don't start a war with us. What does he do? He starts a war with them. He thought because he fired Comey, he was going to go away. All it did is just piss the rest of the FBI off now. Everyone's got a hard on. And the thing is, what are you hiding? What do you care? Why would you tell the head of the FBI to stop bothering Flynn? Like, if you got nothing to hide, you're not acting like it. I believe that Mike Pence is going to be the president. I don't know how they're going to do it. They're going to say he's ill. Maybe he gets impeached. There's going to be fucking riots in the streets if they impeach him, though. There's going to be a strong collective of people and his supporters who believe that it was a setup, it was a sabotage, and that they brought him down. And I warn anybody that thinks that shit's going to be better without Trump, you're fucking crazier than he is. Because Mike Pence is actually competent. And Mike Pence is diabolical. Trump's just insane. You know what I mean? Like, Trump's not diabolical. He's just crazy. Like Trump just is in over his head. Let's be real. He can't be president. Guys, think about this too. Nothing's really even happened yet. We haven't had like a big crisis or problem, or there hasn't really been a big situation where he really even needs to be presidential and he's pissing on himself and stepping on his own foot every day. Like, does anyone have confidence that he's going to be able to handle any situation? Now, to his defense, the stock market is doing well. The economy is doing well. Businesses and investments are up, etc. There are positives to what has happened under his watch, but his insanity and the sideshows distract from it. But these aren't little sideshows. This isn't talking about grabbing Nancy O'Dell by the pussy. You disclose classified information to the Russians. You're asking the head of the fucking FBI to drop everything. Like, I don't know what more he could do. Like, when Trump said I could shoot someone on Fifth Avenue, he was clearly correct. Because his supporters they're in. They're not flinching. Now, the latest is that this isn't going away for real now. And this is what's fucked Trump. Like, this is so stupid. You made it worse. If you just would have let them go through their stupid little congressional fucking hearings and shit with the Russia stuff, it would be over with. They would have said, there's nothing here and let's move on. You know what I mean? Like, you protested so much, you've obstructed things so much, that now it's to the point where they don't have a choice. It's like, you know what? This fucking guy's really trying to hide something, obviously. Like, we're going to have to do something. So the latest word is it's tough shit. Like Trump, they can't stop this now. It's either going to be a special prosecutor and a special investigation now, and Trump's going to lose control of it, or his best case scenario is they do a 9/11 style commission, which will be a pile of shit, but it'll still fucking probably bring him down. And another thing is Trump's so fucking stupid. Who the fuck admits that you taped the FBI director? Trump admitted that he taped them. He said to Comey, you better hope there's no tapes, as in I have a tape. But once Trump admits this now, he needs to hand the tapes over. Like, Trump seems to believe that he's president, he can do whatever the fuck he wants, but all that shit can be subpoenaed and stuff. Like, anything that happens in an Oval Office, Don, like, you're on the hook for it, dude. You can't just, like, do whatever you want. Like, so, oh yeah, I'm going to record them and I'm going to secretly have the tape. It's like, I don't think Trump even realizes this. I don't think Trump, when he recorded fucking Comey, that it ever crossed his mind that, you know what, they can fucking demand these tapes from me. And if I don't give them to them, then it's an obstruction of justice. So now Trump's in a situation where Comey has memos on him, and who are people going to believe? Trump or Comey? Comey supposedly has everything documented that Trump talked about. And about him trying to get him to drop the fucking case and everything. And Trump claims that he taped the conversation. So Trump, you're fucked. You're going to go into a hearing now. You're going to have the former head of the FBI who has a good reputation with a bunch of notes and shit and his word against yours. And on top of it, they're going to say, well, give us the tapes. Let's play the tapes and hear what you really said. You think Donald Trump really wants us to fucking hear what he really said at that fucking dinner with James Comey? He won't have a choice. He won't have a choice because he admitted there were tapes. I'm legitimately starting to believe that he wants out and he's doing this deliberately. Because no one man could be this stupid. No one man could be this stupid. I knew shit would be entertaining with Donald Trump. I knew stuff would be entertaining with Trump, but I didn't think it would be to this extent. I didn't think things would be this batshit crazy. I sort of expected him to be president, and Ivanka and Kushner would cut a lot of crooked, shady deals, and people would bitch about hotels and real estate, fucking inside shit that he knew. I didn't think that it would turn into this fucking circus. Now, we should note, and once again, because I say all this doesn't mean that the people on the left are innocent. The difference is the people on the left were smart enough not to fucking piss the intelligence agencies off because they're the ones that can throw you under the bus. And on top of all of that, now he has upset Israel. And if Israel believes that Trump is a problem, they'll get rid of him. Like, you think the CIA knows everything? Fuck. The fucking Mossad knows what the CIA are doing. You know what I mean? Like, the Israeli secret police force and intelligence services are the best in the world. Like, they're probably tuning into me just for the sake of it right now. I'm not a threat, but hey, let's just tune in just in case. You know what I mean? Like, they're the best in the world. They know everything about everything. You think about Israel and they fucking have a little sensor that just went off in their office. Like, they know everything about everything. They have dirt on fucking everybody in the world. They play the most hardball, Secret Service, behind the scenes politics in the world, Israel does. So you know that they have all the dirt on Trump. And they like Trump because they didn't like Barack. And they thought that Trump would be a friend of them. But Trump's just disclosing secret fucking information about him. If they think, you know what, Trump is closer to Russia than he is us. He's a menace. Let's just fucking leak this shit. And then they'll just dump the stuff. The Mossad will just give WikiLeaks a ton of shit. Fucking Trump does hookers. Trump did this. Trump was fucking on that fucking pedophile island, which he was. They're going to have all this shit, and then he'll just be gone. And Mr. Mike Pence will come in, Mr. Stable. And if you notice, where's Mike Pence in all this right now? You notice Mike Pence isn't on TV going, oh, this is all bullshit. This is no. It's purposeful. Mike Pence is distancing himself from Trump. You don't associate Pence with this, even visually. You know what I mean? Pence is not in the same room with him ever anymore. Like Pence and the crew, Pence and that other Republican crew, they're plotting shit right now. There's a plan B in place. And whatever happens, no matter what, Mike Pence is the president. If Donald Trump is impeached, Mike Pence is the president. If Donald Trump steps down and resigns, Mike Pence is the president. If Donald Trump gets sick, Mike Pence is the president. All roads lead to Mike Pence. Not to mention Mike Pence is going to probably be the president in 4 years, and he's thinking, I can't go down with this shit. Like, I've got to, I can't throw him under the bus, but I can't be seen with him. So you notice Pence isn't around. And like I said, even this isn't like left-wing talk. Like Roger Stone was saying this, that Mike Pence is part of this little cabal, that this is the plan. They're basically going to tell Trump, listen, this isn't working out. Look at your reputation. Like, they're going to get you, basically. Like, this isn't going to end well for you. But if you step aside now, due to health, and, I'll take over, and we'll keep your policy, sir. And you can go back to New York and fucking, and get out of the White House type of shit. He wants to fire everybody. Trump wants to fire everybody right now. Everybody. He wants to fire Bannon. He wants to fire Spicer. He wants to fire Priebus. He wants to fire Pence. He can't fire Pence, but he wants Pence gone. He's even turned on Kushner now, the son-in-law. His exact words to his son-in-law supposedly were, you're fucking incompetent. Donald Trump is blaming everybody in the room except him for all of this. It's everyone else's fault. Because they're not doing good enough damage control, in his opinion. Like I said, you look at the sports books and the props that are up right now. Will he be impeached plus 125? I don't think he's going to be impeached. He hasn't broken a law. That's the thing. Like, this new Comey shit, him disclosing the classified information didn't break the law. It was reckless. It was stupid, but he can't get impeached for that. Him telling Comey this today, us finding out about him telling Comey, that's a problem. Like, they could perceive that as witness tampering and obstruction of justice. Like, if they wanted to, they could try to impeach him. I don't think they will. Not for this. We're not quite there yet, but we're getting pretty close. And, Trump doesn't even have to do anything right now. I guarantee you in the next 24 hours, there's going to be another drop about him. The intelligence services and the intelligence communities of the world are trying to take him down. They want him gone. And all of Trump's fucking deplorables can't stop this. You're not going against Hillary Clinton. You're going against the establishment and the fucking machine. You're going to lose the game. But as I said, I don't know about him getting impeached. My bet would be just that he doesn't last 4 years. There's no way his health won't last 4 years. Look how much he's aged in 4 months. He's already 71. He's put on a shitload of weight since he's been president. He doesn't look good. Like, he's got problems. Like, 4 years of this? Come on. There's no way in motherfucking hell he lasts 4 years of this. There's no way in hell. Just like we all knew there was no way in hell that the San Antonio Spurs are going to hang around tonight with the Warriors. I don't want to, we talked about this on the show today, but tonight's one of those games where it was kind of almost just like free. You don't like laying 14 points against the San Antonio Spurs, even without Kawhi Leonard, but this game had blowout city written all over it coming into this thing. And if you're San Antonio, whatever, you know you're not winning tonight. You got to suck it up, deal with it, get your ass handed to you. And go back to San Antonio and hope that Kawhi Leonard can play this weekend. Hockey game still scoreless. Late in the second period right now. We gave you a Houston Astros, Texas Rangers parlay. So far, so good. The Astros are up 11-2. The Rangers are up 3-0. Also gave you the Cardinals to beat the Red Sox. They're up 3-2 as well. The Houston Astros have established themselves as the best team in baseball. And it's still a little bit early to be talking about the best teams in baseball, but not really. I think we have to acknowledge what the Astros are doing right now. These motherfuckers are playing, they're winning nearly 70% of their baseball games. They're 27-12 right now. They're 27-12 right now. They're a powerhouse. They're 27-12. They're extremely balanced. They're 14-6 at home. They're 13-6 on the road. And they've outscored teams by 48 runs. Like, to put this into perspective, like other first-place teams, like the St. Louis Cardinals are in first place. They have a differential of plus 19 runs. The Colorado Rockies are in first place. They have a differential of 7 runs. The Houston Astros are in first place. They've outscored teams by 48 runs. The Nationals have outscored teams by 53 runs. And the Dodgers have outscored teams by 51 runs, which, I think probably are the best 3 teams in baseball. And the Yankees, 53 runs as well. The Toronto Blue Jays have been outscored by 19 runs. They've lost a lot of close games, the Jays. Yet we were on a nice little run, the Jays were, and the Jays, the Jays had an opportunity to get back to 500, and they're screwing this thing up. It doesn't mean that the season's over once again. What did I tell you guys last week? I said that the Jays would get to 500 at 30-30. And they were a little bit ahead of that curve when they got they went on that little win streak recently. But once again, they're 6 games under. You can't be losing these 2 games to the Braves, guys. Like, that's pathetic. You lose both the games to the Braves. Now you have to go to Atlanta. Even if you get the 2 of them back, it's still frustrating. But you have to get the 2 of them back. You have to get the 2 of them back, and then you guys go into Baltimore this weekend and hope for the best. You don't want this to turn into, because look, the Jays are 17-23 right now. They were 17-21 2 days ago. We were talking to them about them being 22-24 by the end of the week type shit. You guys don't want 17-23 to turn back into 17-27 again. Like, don't give this shit back. Otherwise, your season really is going to have a problem. 44-21 right now. We're going to get screwed over in this game. With the over, we parlayed it too. Small little play. But we're going to get fucked over on this because San Antonio's not going to play in the fourth quarter. They might quit now. Look, San Antonio scored 16 points in the first quarter. They put up 6 points in the second quarter. They're already down by 22. They could be down by 35 at the fucking half. they're just going to quit. Like, they're just going to say, well, this is what we expected. Of course, tonight's the night I don't have any money in my fucking account. Fucking Ducks and Penguins. I swear, if it's the Ducks and Pens, fucking, I don't even know if I'm going to watch this stuff. I'm sick of the Ducks and I'm sick of the Pens. And I'm even a Sidney Crosby fan, but I don't, who gives a shit? I don't want to see the fucking Ducks and the Pens in the Cup. I want to see the Ottawa Senators. Yeah, good call by Malinsky. We'll see how the Rays doing. Are they up? I didn't get in on that one. I forgot. I only had a couple of bucks, so. Fuck, I like the fucking Yankees tonight, too. I was going to give that one, too. Hamill's been a train wreck. Oh, Cards, Red Sox just tied up. Yeah, but I'll tell you the team total right now for the Spurs in game, 91.5. Yeah, they're only at 24 points. Like I said, and they're not going to compete in the second half. Popovich going to wave the flag. He's going to say, fuck this. We're not coming back. He knows they're not coming back. So let's get you caught up to date with the NBA lottery. NBA lottery results. The Boston Celtics select first overall. Who are the Celtics going to take first overall? Interesting question.
CBSSports.com has...
They go with... They go with Markelle Fultz, or they can go with Lonzo Ball. They can go with the Jackson kid out of Kansas or the Johnson kid out of North Carolina. But realistically, the choice really comes down to, Ball or to Fultz. I would generally pencil in Markelle Fultz here. It's interesting, too, because nobody knows who the hell Markelle Fultz is. Except I happen to. Because as you guys know, I bet a lot of Washington Huskies basketball games. And Markelle Fultz played for the Washington Huskies. I've seen this kid play a lot. Like, I've seen him play more than any of the other kids, to be honest with you. Like, I see a shitload of Washington Husky games. So, Markelle Fultz is like a pure scorer. Like, he really is. He's pretty much impossible to stop. And... we've seen scorers in college struggle once they get to the NBA, but he seems to have the skill set that it'll just continue into the association. And it's pretty much a slam dunk consensus that he's a can't miss scorer. People are saying, yeah, he's going to right away, he's going to score 22, 23 a night. Like, the kid's a scorer. But do you win with scorers? I don't think so. I would rather have Ball, because Ball can make other people around him better. Fultz doesn't make anyone around him better. As evidence is the fact that the Washington fucking Huskies were a terrible fucking team that won 12 games this year. Like Markelle Fultz will score 30 points in a college game and his team loses. You know, he was kind of clutch. I'm not going to say he didn't hit clutch shots. I saw a couple of times he hit a late shot and stuff, but it doesn't like I'm not going to say he's Kobe Bryant, but essentially, you know what I mean? He doesn't make anyone around him better. He's a scorer. He's a fucking scorer. But scorers don't grow on trees, and he's a can't-miss scorer. Dare I compare him to DeMar DeRozan? He's more explosive than DeRozan. DeRozan's become pretty explosive. You know what I mean? But he's like a DeRozan. Like, he's a scorer. That's what he's going to do. And if you're the Boston Celtics, you already have everything. You'd be like, whatever, fuck. We can fucking put this kid on the floor. We're going to have him and Isaiah Thomas. But there's only one basketball. And Fultz isn't going to help you in a lot of other ways. He's going to be a scorer, like I said. To me, Markelle Fultz is a better fit with the Philadelphia 76ers. That's your best case scenario. To me, that's a better fit. Because you got Ben Simmons, who didn't play last year, or briefly. But the thing with Ben Simmons is not a scorer. He can score, but Ben Simmons makes people around him better. So Ben Simmons, the point guard. If you're the Philadelphia 76ers, think about this. Ben Simmons, shooting guard. Kyle Lowry, point guard. Markelle Fultz. Joel Embiid. Jahlil Okafor up front. You've got yourself a team. You know what I mean? Like, they're a young team, and you got a couple of head cases on the floor, but you got some talent. You've got some talent. It's interesting. If you're the Boston Celtics, I believe they will take Fultz, and they won't have to rush him. There won't be pressure on him. It'll give them a little bit of leverage with Isaiah Thomas. But like I said, it's interesting. They're stockpiling talent. The Celtics are going to be deep for fucking years to come, man. The LA Lakers just seems like it's fucking obvious. And the Lakers are going to take Ball. You figure if there's one franchise that figures they can deal with LeVar Ball and Lonzo Ball, it would be the LA Lakers. Not to mention, LeVar came out and already said, my son will only play for the Lakers. So you're giving him exactly what you want. He'll be a head case, but he won't really have any control. Once his son's under contract as a professional, like the father's going to be an annoying prick, but like, if I put it this way, like if I was the Orlando Magic or if I was the Sacramento Kings or something, I wouldn't take LeVar Ball because then it would be a problem. LeVar Ball would be a bitch. We're not playing in Sacramento. I'm not moving to Minnesota. Fucking blah. We're not selling any shoes there. It would become a problem. So, like, there's only certain franchises that could take Ball. Like the Boston Celtics could. The Lakers could. They could deal with this. But if he went to the Philadelphia 76ers, then the father would just think that he's bigger than the team. You know what I mean? Even LeVar Ball knows he ain't bigger than the Laker brand or the Celtic brand. But LeVar Ball would believe that he's bigger than the Orlando Magic brand or the Sacramento King brand. So I would expect Ball to go second to the Lakers. And then it's just whether do you want Johnson or you want Jackson? Jackson would be a nice fit on the Sixers as well. So the top 10. Boston Celtics, LA Lakers, Philadelphia 76ers, Phoenix Suns, Sacramento Kings, Orlando Magic pick 6. The T-Wolves pick 7th. The New York Knicks. The Knicks didn't get any favors. The Knicks didn't get any favors. Like, the basketball gods pretty much told Phil Jackson to go fuck himself. And the Knicks are picking 8th. Like the Knicks are picking 8th. I don't even know where the Raptors are picking. Holy fuck, man. I'm more blown away by this than I am the Donald Trump stuff. Bruce Bowen calls Zach Pachulia's play on Kawhi Leonard intentional and dangerous. Are you fucking insane, Bowen? You're like one of the dirtiest players in the history of the NBA. There's videos of you kicking people in the face, you fucking asshole. We all remember Bruce Bowen, man. The guy used to do the knee-on-knee shit. Bruce Bowen legitimately was dangerous. Like, Bruce Bowen legitimately tried to injure people. Popovich had no problem with it. And now, you know, Popovich, the game isn't played that way, and it was a dirty play. Whatever, man. It wasn't a blatant intent to injure. It was if he lands on me, he lands on me type of deal. You know, that's the thing. I'm not for blatantly trying to injure people. And Kawhi Leonard even said after he didn't take it as an intent to injure. He said, it's just sort of a rough, it's playoffs. Like, it is what it is. But we're in such a pussified era now that if there's any contact or if you do any old school street ball trick, then you're a fucking horrible person. Me and Pete Annapolis talk about this. Actually, a fucking video should be up by now. Me and Pete Annapolis talk about this today. Look at the Raptors. The Raptors were getting fucking punked by the Cavaliers, and there's, DeMar hugging LeBron before games and shit. Fuck the hugs, man. It's competition. You look at the Washington Wizards and the Boston Celtics, these guys beat the shit out of each other for fucking 7 games. They didn't like each other. After the series, they shook hands, you know what I mean? But there's bad blood between the two of them. That's sports. There's supposed to be bad blood. Ooh, they're like, I don't know, it was a little out of hand, people are saying, with the Boston, Washington. What was out of hand? Like, people are so used to not seeing competition now. It's like, dude, that's a team from Boston and Washington. They're supposed to battle. That's sports. Everything's so pussified nowadays, man. Everything's so pussified. Even now to the point where fucking, any fucking injury now, injury, it's always intent to injure, intent to injure, intent to injure. That's sports. You know what I mean? That's what sports is. Like, holy fuck, what the fuck? I'm looking for something here. It's really pissing me off. Thank you. There we go. All right, we'll take our first break of the evening. We're about 1 hour in, about halfway through. It's a fucking massacre, 64-35. I expected this, of course. The night that I have jack shit in my account, the night that I'm going to fucking nail this shit to the T. It's unbelievable, man. Lord Gambler's a weird person.
Story. I'm talking about corporate logos being on professional sports teams' jerseys. Very similar to what we see in Europe with the soccer teams. Is the NBA has announced that next year there will be logos on NBA jerseys. So if you want an NBA jersey right now, if you're a Cavs fan and you don't want a freaking Goodyear logo on your Cavs jersey, you better buy one right now, man. Because starting next year, it's Goodyear City. Now, what are we going to get in return for this as fans? Now, we've seen this and the sky didn't fall. And in fact, we see soccer jerseys all the time. People seem to eat this stuff up. Not me. I don't like it. I'm not going to wear a jersey with a logo of a bank on it. You know what I'm saying? There's certain companies that are okay, and we are kind of hypocritical because we don't like this, we don't want sponsorships, we don't want logos. What the hell am I wearing right now? A freaking logo of the Golden State Warriors. I'm wearing Nikes as we speak with a logo. We're all walking advertisements, and we've sort of come to not only accept it, but actually pay companies for them to advertise on our freaking body. That's what it's come to right now. But if you look at the soccer situation in Europe, they're commercial free, man. There's a trade-off. Yeah, you're looking at a Carlsberg logo for 45 minutes in the first half, but you're not going to a commercial. You look at the National Football League, and something has to change. The National Football League's taken one commercial out per quarter this year. It's going to help, but ultimately, you still have the same problems. There's too many commercials. Nobody watches the commercials. Online, people have ad block. When you're watching a game on TV and it comes to a commercial, how many people sit around and go, I really like this commercial? You go to another game. You go to another channel. The time has come where it'd be advantageous for the sponsors to actually just advertise in-game. And an NFL football game, I would much rather have an NFL football game be commercial-free for the first quarter of play and have a bunch of Budweiser pop-ups during the game. I don't have a problem with that. I don't care. Do your little split-screen Budweiser ad. You can pimp a 30-second ad in the game. And the sponsors will actually like it because people will be forced to actually watch it as opposed to now. So we get sponsors on jerseys right now. And as I mentioned, 6 NBA teams out of the gate have already announced deals. The biggest brand name, so to speak, is Goodyear, along with the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Philadelphia 76ers signed with StubHub. You figure StubHub would have signed with a team whose tickets cost more than $4 per game on StubHub. but I digress. But it makes me wonder, actually, about some of the other potential partnerships. The Cleveland Cavaliers, yeah, they signed with Goodyear. Wouldn't have Pampers been better? Who cries, bitches, and moans more than LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers? And speaking of diapers, I think adult diapers, Depends, would be perfect for the Houston Rockets because they always crap themselves. We can go on and on. As a Buffalo Bill fan, it's inevitable. This is going to arrive in every sport right now. As a Buffalo Bill fan, I think it would be appropriate, actually, just to have a big-ass Prozac logo. Because we all know as Buffalo Bill fans, we're freaking depressed after the game. We got to give a shout-out to a friend of the Fantasy Sports Network, Tim Anderson, for coming up with the Raiders' new sponsorship deal. United Airlines. Damn good. Tim also submitted the Patriots, Enron. But all kidding aside, I'm serious. If you want to get your jersey right now, I just realized this. I'm like, you know what? There's some companies I can live with. If it's an online sports book, and I'm getting a piece of the cut, then I can live with it. But I'm not walking around with some sort of bank. You know what? The Sacramento Kings are going with California almonds. All right, yeah. Well, hey, if almonds want to sponsor this show, hey, we'll take it. I figure the New York Knicks, a good sponsorship for the Knicks, Bellevue Mental Hospital. Because you go crazy if you're a Knicks fan watching the dysfunctional circus that's going on out there. We encourage you to submit your favorite team potential sponsorship. I'm expecting a Tim Hortons donut and
as you can see, I played start adding some video segments in the commercial breaks. Normally my rage of the day is a little bit longer, but I had a lot of guests on today, so I sped it up. And yeah, no joke. Sponsorship logos have arrived. I like the United Airlines for the Raiders. Tim Anderson had a couple of good ones. Tim submitted the Oakland Raiders, United Airlines, and New England Patriots, Enron. No, I view the Patriots, Enron. I think the Patriots are Google. The Patriots are Google because they're spying on you. They're a monster conglomerate. They're a monster conglomerate who are spying on you. It's perfect. The Patriots sponsored by Google. Buffalo Bills sponsored by Prozac. Buffalo Bills, Prozac. Patriots are fucking Google. The the New York Jets are fucking Charmin. Charmin toilet paper. Maybe that's actually more fitting for the Browns. Cleveland Browns, Charmin. Don't squeeze the Charmin. Hey, don't squeeze their players too much. Hey, they suck. Yeah, no, I say, I think Charmin's perfect. The Browns are shit. Charmin, you got to wipe your ass. We've got diapers for a few. Cleveland Cavaliers, depends, because LeBron fucking cries like a baby. Or sorry, Pampers for the Cavaliers. Depends is for the Rockets, the adult diapers, because they shit themselves all the time. Prozac is for the Bills because, it's self-explanatory. If you're a Bills fan, you need Prozac. Like, if you're a Bills fan, you need Prozac. The Dallas Cowboys should be sponsored by the NRA. The Cowboys, National Rifle Association. Big NRA fucking logo. Big NRA logo right on the fucking jersey. The Toronto Raptors, no doubt, Tim Hortons. The Timbit Raptors. I'm going to buy a Raptor jersey this summer before they fucking unleash these monstrosities next year. Seriously, I'm not kidding. I'm not getting a fucking Tim Hortons Raptors jersey or a fucking Rogers Cable Raptors jersey. Like, there'll be a cold day in hell. I want to get a Montreal Impact jersey, and I'm not, the reason I don't, because I don't want a fucking Bell logo. I'm not walking around with a Bell logo. Bell called me every day. Fuck, I owe them like $98. You fucking, fuck Bell. Fucking TSN and Bell, as if. I'm telling you, you're going to have TSN fucking logo or something on a Raptors. Like, who's going to sponsor the Raptors? It has to be a Canadian. It doesn't have to be a Canadian company, actually. It could be a non-Canadian company, but it makes sense for a Canadian company to jump on the Raptors. But it has to be a Canadian company that sells products in the United States. You're not going to fucking spend big money and give the Raptors, like, big money to be on their fucking jersey and whatever. Like, Canadian Tire doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? Canadian Tire's not in fucking Milwaukee. You want something on your fucking jersey, the people in Milwaukee are like, oh, yeah, fucking Canada Goose. You know what I'm saying? Canada Goose. But Canada Goose wants to sell their crap in the fucking, but Canada Goose will be a rival. You're not allowed to other clothes makers. Yeah, it's going to be Rogers. And I'm not going to fucking get one. Like, I'm going to buy a fucking jersey or two of the teams that I like before this shit gets here. It's in the NBA next year. It'll take probably the following year. The NHL is going to do it now. Because everyone didn't want to be the first one to do it. No one wanted to be the first team to fucking do it. Nobody wanted to be the first team to say, "Ah, we're that greedy, we're doing it." And, you know, the NBA, I just thought about this now, actually. The NBA, pretty convenient that the NBA announced this last night, huh? With all the Donald Trump shit. Oh, yeah, by the way, we're going to be putting SpongeBob jerseys. And the lottery tomorrow. Like, they just sort of, they didn't really make a big deal about it. They sort of, like, slipped it out there. Oh, yeah, by the way, 6 teams already have deals. Rest of the teams in process of getting deals now. Jazz just called it. That's why Jazz is the smartest rageaholic. Jazz just nailed it. Air fucking Canada. It's the arena. Air Canada also. Air Canada makes sense. They have advertising dollars to spend. They're an international company. That makes sense, Jazz. The Raptors, well, the Raptors will probably have a little bit of a bidding war. You know, you'll have Air Canada. I wouldn't be surprised if Tim Hortons gets in the mix. No joke. And if you're thinking, well, no, you can't have a donut fucking shop fucking for an NBA team. For the record, the Sacramento Kings sponsor, guess what the Kings sponsors are? Almonds. Almonds. The Sacramento Kings have a California almond logo on their fucking jersey now. The 76ers are StubHub, which surprises me. Because you figure StubHub could have got a better team than the Sixers, but StubHub's fucking not dumb. They're probably thinking, you know what, the Sixers are going to be good in a couple of years, fuck. You know, and it'll be worth it. We'll get in on the Sixers for cheaper now, and they'll be good. The Booster's not in the States. Tim Hortons is in the States. Tim Hortons is owned by Burger King. I could see Tim Hortons saying, yeah, we're getting in on this. Like, that would be good business for them. Like, there are Tim Hortons in Cleveland. You know what I mean? There are Tim Hortons in Michigan. There are Tim Hortons in the state of New York now. Like, the Tim Hortons is fucking expanding all over the United States. It would make sense for Tim Hortons to do this. Molson Coors, it would make sense. Slap a fucking Molson and Coors logo, sort of split it in two. When you're on the road in the States, it's Coors. When you're at home in Canada, it's Molson. Fuck, you know, whatever. That would make sense. Molson Coors, they're partners, right? So that, you know, that they have money too. That's doable. Canadian Tire has money, but Canadian Tire, I bet you if the Toronto Maple Leafs fucking logo is for sale, I bet you Canadian Tire would jump all over that. And that's going to happen. Yeah, good call. Popeye's Chicken. Fuck, that's a good one. Good call, Level Master. Popeye's Chicken. Yeah, Atlanta, Chick-fil-A. That's going to be a corporate run. Right now, as we speak, you know, every NBA team's mulling offers. Fuck, you know, we could fucking, you guys want to pit peanuts? Many of the Sacramento Kings, you know, the Sacramento Kings took the first deal that came. Hey, you want to put a California almond logo? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Because the Kings are thinking, holy fuck, we're lucky anyone wants to fucking put their fucking logo on our shit. Yes, we do. They're like Kramer, I'll take it. We're prepared to give you, you know, they're like, yeah, well, let's give them $50,000 and all the coffee for life. We'll give you all the coffee for life. I'll take it. I figure, like, if you're StubHub, wouldn't you go after the Lakers? But let's be real. You know that the fucking Milwaukee Bucks and the Lakers aren't going to cost the same amount of money. Like, the Lakers are going to have, it's going to have to be a monster-ass fucking company. Because, come on, man. You're going to put a fucking logo on an LA Laker jersey? How much is that worth, fuck? How much is a Golden State Warrior logo worth now, man? Fucking logo on Steph Curry's jersey? For the record, the Cleveland Cavaliers are with Goodyear. Goodyear tires. That's all right. You know what I mean? It's at least not the Goodyear blimp. You know, Goodyear's always been around sports. The tires and NASCAR and, you know, whatever. You know, good, I can live with Goodyear. It's not too bad either. It's not too bad. Like, they have the Cavs logo, and then sort of right on top of the Cavs logo, it just sort of says Goodyear. Like, kind of small, but you know, as a betting man, I'll say that Jazz is correct. I'll say that Jazz is right. I think Air Canada is probably the company. Air Canada has international flights. Air Canada has the fucking money. Air Canada has the arena. Air Canada is going to say, no, we already have the arena. We'll do it. Yeah, we'll do it. Yeah, but like, think how much will a Yankee jersey cost after and stuff? Like, you know, we're going into a new realm. Somebody sent me a tweet today. Saying that, you know, the Montreal Canadiens no doubt will be Pepsi. But the Leafs are Coca-Cola. No, the Tim Hortons would have to be on the Leafs. The Toronto Maple Leafs are the most symbolic Canadian team. So who's the most symbolic Canadian company? Like, the Leafs will be a fucking bidding war, man. The Leafs will be a fucking bidding war. That's where, like, the big boys will come in, the beer companies and stuff, you know? It's funny, though, like you say, Jazz, we all wear clothes with logos on them. You know, I'm wearing a logo right now. The New York Yankees is a logo. I'm wearing fucking Nike track pants as we speak. Jazz is true. Jazz doesn't dress. I wear more corporate stuff than Jazz does. But it's amazing. Like, people were already wearing their advertisement, and now it's amazing. Hey, we're gonna pay them. We're gonna pay them to advertise and walk around as their brands, like, ambassadors. It's fucked up. Like, I don't do it. That's why I don't get those soccer jerseys and shit. But there are certain companies that I don't hate, right? Like, you're joking about Popeyes. Like, look, all kidding aside, Popeyes has a lot of money now. Popeyes is fucking advertising everywhere. So if Popeyes was on an NBA jersey, I wouldn't mind that. I like Popeyes. Popeyes, hey, Popeyes is a cool company. Like, you have a Popeyes Pelicans jersey, that's pretty cool. You know, like a sports book. If it was your sports book, it would be all right. You know what I mean? Like, there's certain companies, like, I'm not wearing a bank logo. I'm not wearing a fucking, like, Bell or Rogers or a cable company logo. You know, there's a lot of corporate logos that I'm not down with, but, like, if the Buffalo Bills, for example, and the Bills are a New Era field, so the Bills are just going to slap a New Era patch on their fucking jerseys, you know? If the Bills have a New Era patch on their jersey, I don't mind that. Like, it depends on the sponsor, you know? See, I didn't know that. I didn't know that Stoke is Bet365 on Stoke. Yeah, I didn't know that. That's funny shit. Yeah, like, you know, I'm buddies with the guys at the Greek. You know, like, if fucking the Greek was on fucking some soccer team in the MLS, I wouldn't mind it. I'd get a K, I'd laugh. You know what I mean? But, like, I'm not wearing a Bodog fucking shirt. Like, it depends on the company. You know. Stoke, that's funny. Bet365 got in on Stoke. I didn't know that. Bet365 Stadium, huh? Well, Bet365 is a publicly traded company on the English stock market. So something I briefly talked with today about Dave Malinsky was the Raiders situation. And I think I talked about this briefly on Sunday, but it's fucking ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. The Raiders want to stay in Oakland now until fucking 2021. And now word out of Vegas is now they're getting pissed off. And it's all on the NFL. The NFL needs to have an official owners meeting to approve this. And they only have 4 of these meetings a year. So if they don't do this like right now before the end of the month, they're going to have to wait till October, and it's going to push it back a full year. And the Raiders right now, are fucking fly. The Raiders are freaking. Like the Raiders are telling the NFL, get off your fucking ass and make sure you get this fucking meeting done. And like Malinsky said today, we're in the year 2017 now. Oh, 2-1 Preds. We're in the year 2000. No, the ref's saying no goal. We're in the year 2017 now. And you can't have a video conference call to approve this fucking deal in Vegas? Like, really? You need to have a fucking full meeting? It's ridiculous. We've got a cool video of the actual stadium in Vegas, if you've been wondering. And this is the first time I've seen this, actually. This is the first time I've seen this video. If you're wondering what the stadium's going to look like, where it is, and all that other stuff, here's a very good 3D tour that the city of Vegas has put out there. I look forward to it. It's going to be fucking awesome. As you see, it's basically behind Mandalay Bay. For those of you that have been to Las Vegas before and sort of wondering, all right, where is this stadium? It's before Mandalay Bay and the Luxor. Like, when you're driving into Vegas on that strip, you're pulling in right past the Las Vegas sign, essentially. Imagine a Las Vegas sign. So look, you're coming in. There's Mandalay Bay. Mandalay Bay is the first property on the strip, on the south side of the strip. So it'll be right before that, so to speak. There's a bunch of empty land. There's a big lot there now. So essentially, you'll be able to cross the street into Mandalay Bay and place a bet. That's going to be fucking awesome. It's going to be real cool. It's going to be real cool. It's going to be real cool when, if you're at Mandalay Bay. Imagine you're in Mandalay Bay. There's the other place. They always change the name of the other place. It used to be called The Hotel, but there's two towers. There's a big Mandalay, and then they have another one. And the other tower there has on the roof a nightclub. I've been there a bunch of times. It's actually not too douchey for one of those Vegas nightclubs. It's actually not bad. It's not that douchey. But what's really cool about it is it's one of the best. They call it actually the best view in Vegas. And it arguably is. The Stratosphere view is pretty good, but this one's from the other side, and it's a rooftop patio of this club and this bar and shit. You get fucking wasted up there. I've been there. It's a cool time up there on top of the hotel. And I'm just stating, it's going to be nuts. You're going to be up there. You're going to be able to see into that stadium and shit. So just the atmosphere of the football right there. You're going to be at the Mandalay looking out your hotel room. You'll be able to see the stadium and shit. Now, it's domed sometimes. I'm not saying you're going to be able to see in, but you'll be looking right out at the stadium from your hotel room. It's going to be cool. It's fucking crazy, man. The progression of Las Vegas as a city. Holy shit. Like, I remember years ago it was a big fucking deal. I remember it was a big deal when they had UNLV games. Like, oh, UNLV's playing BYU. Now they have NHL hockey. They're going to have NFL football. Like I said, yeah, like Josh said, great location. You know, it's not like in the middle of the sticks. Like, you know, it's tough to tell by that graphic, but it's essentially behind Mandalay Bay. You know, it's fucking awesome. And like I said, you're going to be able to cross the street into Mandalay Bay. So think you go to Vegas, you stay in Mandalay Bay or the Luxor, you place your fucking bets, you watch the games. You won't even miss that much because you can watch. And the best part is, get this, guys, in Vegas, you can bet on your mobile device at the casinos. So you can fucking get your bets in before, walk across the street, go to the Raiders game, get your bets in during the Raiders game, and it's Vegas. You know they're going to have fucking an updated scoreboard. It's, by the time 2021 gets here, gambling's going to be legal everywhere. It'll be more embraced. Like, I guarantee you, fuck. I wouldn't be shocked if you fucking place bets in the fucking stadium by then. Oh, it's going to be nuts. Like, I can't wait. Like I said, I'm going to be living winters there in the future. So it's perfect for me because I don't know. I'm not thinking retirement yet. I'm nowhere near retirement, but even just moving and all that type stuff. You know, I was thinking maybe 55. I'm 46, 9 years type shit, but at least it gives me time. You know, the Raiders are going to be there in 2021. The problem with this, though, with Vegas is, and Cam talks about this, being there now, is Vegas isn't so cheap anymore. Like, that's the trade-off. Vegas is becoming a more normalized city. They're getting away from the gaming stuff because they realize we can't survive on gaming anymore. So they need to become a normal place. So, you know, bringing in the NFL football, bringing in the NHL hockey. There's talk of an MLS team now going there, Major League Baseball. You know, the NBA is going to go there. Like, the place is booming. So, you know, the NCAA tournaments, like, they're going to start going to this new stadium. They're going to be Final Fours there and shit. It's going to be nuts. So the rent is going up. Everything's just a little bit more expensive in Vegas now. It's still cheaper, much cheaper than Canada is. Still cheaper than Canada is, but we were talking with Lou about this the other night, and Lou was talking about how Albuquerque is going to be one of the big new markets to boom. That's the thing. In the American Southwest, you can get these great fucking places, these great Southwest homes with pools and shit for very, very cheap. Well, the over of the basketball game is doing all right because the Spurs are actually hanging. They're not hanging around. They're down by 19, but they're battling. They're not rolling over. $87.66. The end game's 229 right now. 232. Holy shit! They ain't fucking around. Of course, tonight I had next to nothing in my account, so I play a parlay and it's gonna win. Of course, I'm not complaining. It is what it is. You'll take it. Take it and move on. Eight minutes remaining in the hockey game. What are the odds if it goes to overtime? Will it go to overtime? Minus 139 that it goes to overtime. It's crazy how many of these fucking games have gone to overtime, man. I know Scott from Vancouver, man, he's just been playing this blindly. He does it every year. He's been killing it this year with this shit. But yeah, I'm just fired up looking at the Raiders logo in Vegas and all that. Like, normally, look, I'm a big NBA fan. I like the Stanley Cup Finals, so I don't usually panic for football. And like my boy Babano here, I'm a CFL guy as well. So when people are like, that doesn't count. Like, no, that counts to me. Like, the Arena Football League used to count, but the Arena's a shit show now. So even me for the Arena, I'm kind of tapped out. I'll bet it sometimes, but I'm not gung-ho about it. But CFL I am. I look forward to the CFL season. And look, what are we? We're about less than 2 months away from the start of the CFL. I used to fucking own the CFL. Like, 4 games a week, side in total, eight potential bets. I swear I used to go like 6-2, 5-3, fucking 6-1, and like used to fucking kill it every week in the CFL. It was when I moved to Vegas, I sort of got out of the loop a little bit. And I bet it every week when I was there. I even watched it. Like, I'd watch it online. So I was still in the loop, but I didn't do as well. In the last 2 years, I've been up and down. But one thing with me, on a yearly fucking basis, it's fucking crazy. The CFL fucking playoffs. We fucking hit the CFL playoffs all the fucking time. This year was no exception. Every fucking year, man. Like Grey Cup, CFL playoffs, very, very positive gambling memories. Usually ride the dogs, there's always those upsets. Fucking, that's what happened in the Grey Cup this year. Ottawa on the money line and shit. Ottawa on the money line. Yeah, Super Bowl in Vegas would be insane. We wouldn't be able to go, Jazz. The tickets would be too expensive. But yeah, Super Bowl week in Vegas would be cool and all that. Oh yeah, Vegas Vegas is going to be the capital of the U.S. sports scene. Like, by far. Like, it'll be the hottest spot. Like you said, where could you have a better place than a fucking Final Four or a Super Bowl than Vegas? The CFL is the second best football league in the world. Is it more entertaining than NCAA football? I wouldn't say yes, but It's better than NCAA football. You know, the CFL, though, has its up years and its down years. You know, the CFL has some years where the quality of play is really, really good, and other years where it's like, a little shady. The CFL is such a quarterback-driven league, like most football is, but specifically the Canadian Football League with 3 downs. So you need a good quarterback. So CFL football, as the rules, the way that they are, if your quarterback sucks and you only have 3 downs, it's going to be tough to watch. It's going to be ugly. But if you got a good quarterback that's slinging you around everywhere, then it's CFL's entertaining. You know, but you need to have a good quarterback because you only have 3 downs. So, like, you know, and the offense is stalling. Like, the last couple of years watching the Montreal Alouettes has been torture. Like, it's the worst football in the history of football. Like, basically, they set world records. Like, they have, like, 72 3-and-outs in a fucking football game type shit. Their drives are, like, 18 seconds. Incomplete, punt. Incomplete, punt. It's like, I'm watching the Alouettes, I'm like, holy fuck, guys, your drive. Like, you had the ball for 48 seconds, guys. Our boy Babano, Hamilton Tiger Cat season ticket holder. Maybe we'll be able to get out to Hamilton at some point this year for a game. We've been there once before. We enjoyed it. Actually, I've been there a couple of times. I've been out to Iverwood a couple of times actually, but I remember like specifically going with Cam and the guys from Hardcore and shit. That was a good time. Fuck, I don't even remember how the fuck we got back. Fuck, I remember we sort of got stranded there and shit. Wow, in-game total up to 233.5. They're already at 199 points. No, sorry, they're at 170 points, 169. The Cleveland Cavaliers are plus 275 right now. You can bet right now to win the NBA title, plus 275. The Golden State Warriors are up to minus 350. The Cavaliers are getting no respect whatsoever. And it's crazy because I'm actually, I think the Warriors are going to beat the Cavs, but I don't think it's a lock. The Cavs beat them last year. I think the difference, obviously, is Kevin Durant this time, but come on, degenerate D. No CFL bashing. Now, my guess that Hamilton Tiger Cats was probably about, I'd say, what, 225, 250? If not more. CFL teams are greedy. I was actually a Montreal Alouettes season ticket holder. The Montreal Alouettes are the only team I've ever been a season ticket holder of. It's the only team, like, I got the season ticket holder perks and that shit. Like, that was the season ticket. And, like, it was cheap, though. It was like the early years. And Degenerate Dean's, like, cracking jokes. But the first year I was a season ticket holder for the Alouettes, it was $99 or $89. It literally was like 10 or 12 bucks a ticket. So it was like 99 bucks for the year. I was like, how can I not get season tickets? Like, I got to support the team. How can I not? I should note, word of no lie, my ticket was in the third to last row of the stadium. And when you pay 89 bucks for the year, you're not getting 50-yard line. I was literally, but the thing is, I struck gold. Because I was literally the third to last row at the end, okay, on the right side. So, you know, I was at the top end, like right buried at the top of the stadium. But the thing is, that Montreal, that stadium, the stadium's not that big. So, by NFL standards, those are good tickets. Like, I mean, you know, it's not even that high. But what I liked about it is you could smoke up there, and it was perfect because anyone who's been to that stadium knows right at that exit is the behind the mountain shit. And that's where everybody gets high and gets wasted and shit. That's where the cool kids fucking tailgate. So it was awesome. I used to like get wasted on the fucking mountain. And basically you go in this like almost a private entrance through this little fence on the mountain shit. And then you're right in your seat. And then like, if you want to smoke a joint in an Alouette game where I sat, it took 2 minutes. I'd be like, yeah, let's go right here. Fuck. We go right out, boom, right onto the mountain. No security, cops don't care. It was like a free-for-all. It was amazing. Like I happened to get my ticket in the cool part. Like it was a cool section with all the waste cases and shit that only wanted to pay $89. So our section was a shit show. Like fucking, once actually Dwayne Ford complained about the weed. Because, you know, at that stadium in Montreal, the media press box is right above. So literally everybody's smoking hash and weed and shit. And the smoke is going right into the TSN broadcast booth. And Rod Black got a kick out of it. Rod Black like just laughs. And he even goes, I love going to Montreal. You get a free high. He's laughing. And Dwayne Ford, of course, being all uptight, fucking, oh, it smells like marijuana. I can't do my work. And he's all, blame, you know. Oh, yeah, CFL games are a lot of fun. People don't realize it. Certain stadiums are better than others. Yeah, no, it's true, Tom. Dwayne Ford. Dwayne Ford's a really nice guy, but, you know, he's kind of a straight dude. So he was coughing. Like, he's like, this is ridiculous. It's too much. And, like, I think he complained to the Alouettes, and the Alouettes told him, you're in Montreal. Like, they told him close the window because they have a window too. So close the window. Like different CFL cities are better than others. Like I've been to a game at the Argos at the TFC Stadium last year. I went to the home opener, and it was pretty cool. Great fucking sight lines. The stadium's so small, and the field is underground. So, Nashville scores, and they're finally going to count it. Fuck. So, it's nice at the TFC Stadium, but there's no real atmosphere there. It's not the same. Like Montreal is different. Like to me, Montreal is the best place I've ever been to a CFL game at. And it's ironic because if you fucking ask half the people in the fucking crowd who the players were, they wouldn't know. But Montreal does it best. Montreal is the most like a party. Like I said, like there's just fucking people getting shit-faced. Like there's hot chicks dancing and fucking, you know, couples on dates drinking, and like you got your waste cases. Like Montreal, like the Alouettes attract like the hardcore partiers. Because it's outside, it's on the mountain, and it's cheap, and it's like, it's right on the mountain. It's just a good time. People like it. So, like, fucking, people get shit-faced, at Alouette games, and then they go out partying after and shit. It's just part of the, like, and the Alouettes are smart. They play a lot of home games on Friday night. So it's like 7 o'clock Friday night. You go get wasted at the Alouette game, and you go out after, right? They like it. But the Alouettes got greedy, man. And like I said, my $89, $99 season ticket, suddenly they raised them to $129. I was like, all right. I had them for 3 years. Fuck. I was like, all right, I get it. And I was like, you better win. and then they actually won. I was like, fuck, all right. At least they won the Grey Cup. And then finally, like, I got the letter once, and it was like, get your tickets now for 200 and something. I was like, fuck you guys, man. You guys are getting greedy, fuck. It was like $468 or something stupid. No, like the Alouettes actually charge like $300 a ticket now on the 50-yard line. We went over this before. Even my boy Earl de la Perella, Sun Youth, fucking, who's a big football guy, like got into it with them. Like Sun Youth used to have a bunch of season tickets, and the Alouettes were like, "So you're going to renew?" And he's like, "No." He's like, "We're not paying $268 for CFL games, like per ticket. Like it's more expensive to go to an Alouette game than a Buffalo Bill game." CFL players get ripped off. Like I don't know if they realize it. Like the CFL owners used to lose money, I get it, but now they don't. And they're little, oh, woe is me, and oh, everyone only going to make 55,000 and 60,000. It's like I don't know if the CFL players realize how much they're charging for the tickets now. Yeah, he's like, that's my buddy. He gave me tickets. That was the best. No, you guys would be surprised. Like, it's not you. You guys act, Dean. You act like it's $5 to get into a CFL game or something. You buy a single ticket outside a Montreal Alouette game, you're not getting in for less than $40, and that's on a good night. Like, that's a night when the scalpers sort of got stuck and shit. Like, they'll want $50, $60 to get in. Like, it's limited. Like, the Alouettes, that's the thing, though. The Alouettes, like, got a little, like, I don't live there anymore. And I've only been to the renovated stadium once. And I was surprised to see how big it was. I was like, you guys got greedy, fuck. Like, you had a good thing going. And because the last time I went to an Alouette game, it wasn't sold out. It was packed, but they added too many seats. It's like, guys, it was perfect before. You had 21,000 people. It was perfect. Okay, I get it. You need a little more for revenue. Don't make it 32,000, man. Like, it's Montreal. Montrealers are weird, man. Like, don't guarantee. Like, and the worst part is the Alouettes expanded the stadium and then they got shit, fuck. The Alouettes have been shit for the last 2-3 years. Well, the playoffs, guys, they can't, because there's not 60,000 CFL fans there. They need to get rid of the tickets. Oh, boy. This is the first time this has happened. We got nailed. What do we play tonight? It must have been the NFL. That Vegas video that I played at the Raiders. The Vegas video that I played at the Raiders. It was from the NFL website. The Trump video is from what? CNN? Or Fox News? But this is the first time I've ever seen this. It's popping up on my private message thing, like from YouTube. Heads up, we've detected copyright and video issues. Your stream may be temporarily blocked. It had to be the NFL. We haven't had any problems with any of the videos. We play a video from the NFL. Boom. Has to be the NFL. The NFL must have a bot, like a system that detects. Thing is, though, because it was from the NFL YouTube page, but it's a architecture video. Has to be the NFL. We haven't had any problems with anything before. We play one NFL thing, bing. Yeah, thanks, Goodell. I show your fucking stadium and talk about how cool it is, and you guys flag me. So we haven't been flagged yet. I don't know. It's probably going to be with the replay or they're going to fucking screw with it. I don't know what they're going to do. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. It's going to fuck with the replay of this show, though. We used to get flagged every week on Red Heat and Rage. Every week. And I used to tell the guys, stop playing these rap songs. This is what's fucking flagging us. And basically YouTube, they look into it. So right now there's a human looking and seeing if I'm a total copyright pirate. They'll see, no, this guy's just doing a stupid podcast and he ran a fucking video and whatever. But look, like the other night, the UFC stuff, nothing, no problems, because I told you it was a UFC preview. I know about copyright law. And it's funny, I saw the Vegas video, and I could have downloaded it from somewhere else. And when I downloaded it, I was like, oh, shit. That's from the NFL fucking YouTube page. And I guarantee you it's the NFL. Guaranteed it's the NFL. You can go fuck yourselves, NFL. Like, seriously. I'm not even showing your fucking logos. I didn't show anything. I showed a fucking video of a fucking stadium that you fucktards are delaying. Copyright issues detected. Heads up, we detected copyrighted audio and video on your stream. Your stream may be temporarily blocked. Or you know what would be ironic? If it was my video, the Fantasy Sports Network video. That'd be the best, but yeah. I copyright infringed myself. I copyright infringed myself. Yeah, it was the music. You're right. That fucking music. Unbelievable. I play one fucking video of this fucking stadium, man. Like, what do you guys care, man? All right, we're going to take a break and play some music. The music that we have is fine. were texting me from Vegas. I just checked my phone. I don't check my phone much. I just checked my phone, and Cam's texting me, "Hey, what's up with the horse? What's up with the horse?" They said people were getting excited for this. I'll text you later, Jazz. We're going Thursday. Tomorrow would be better just because I've got to do some banking Thursday as well. Now that it's getting real, it's like, holy shit, what do we get ourselves into? Fuck. What do we get ourselves into? Like, it's real. I said, like I told him today, get the truck, get the horse. We're coming Thursday night. I just got another text message, though. Somebody's coming with me now, which is good. One of the investors, and this guy's loaded, so there's no way in hell he's going to want to take a GO train. This is the guy that wants to fucking take a helicopter to Niagara Falls. So that's why I wanted to get him. I was like, you should come. I said, yeah, you're putting in your 25% shareholder. You want to be there with the horse? He's like, yeah, I'll come. I'm like thinking, good, because fucking this guy ain't taking a GO train. Otherwise, like, and to be honest, I should tell you guys now, actually, for the Thursday night throwdown at Sports Rage Premium, so we've got to deliver, and we will. But with that being stated, I don't know if we're going to be able to do a 9 o'clock on Thursday. We'll most likely, it's going to be a late show Thursday night. We'll do the show, but I'm telling you now, you got the warning now. It'll probably be an 11 o'clock show, 11 Eastern. Like I said, I don't know how long it's going to fucking take. I've never bought a horse before, right? I don't know. I know I got to be there for like 5:30, 6 o'clock, do some paperwork. I think we get the horse at 7:30 or 8 o'clock. And then, I don't know, I guess I come back, but like I said, I don't know. So, and I've been told without traffic, it's 45 minutes. Without traffic, it's 45 minutes. If I'm going completely alone, I'm not spending $80 on Ubers each way. Fuck. You know what I mean? It's not happening. So like if I go alone, I'm going to have to do the GO train and shit. Like the fucking suburban train stuff. But it's not that bad. I was told I just got to take the train out to Milton, and that'll take about fucking 45 minutes to an hour. And once I'm in Milton, I guess I'm only 10 minutes from the track, and I can take a taxi from the fucking train station in Milton. That's my tentative plan if I go alone. And even better, if this guy comes with me, he'll get one of his cronies, or he'll just fucking pay for Uber. But he's got drivers and cronies and stuff, so he'll get us there. He'll get us there. So if all things go according to plan, if everything falls into place, we will be on the track next Thursday night. It'll be our first race next Thursday. All right, so game 2 is an absolute massacre, as we expected it to be. It's 127-86. Like, it's way beyond massacre fuck now. Like, it's fucking out of control. The in-game number right now, the in-game number's Warriors minus 38.5. Baltimore and Detroit are locked up at 8. Red Sox are up 6-3 on the Cards. I think it's like our only loser. The Mets are just a fucking fade right now. The Mets are just, the Mets are falling apart. Copa Libertadores going on, a little soccer action. Am I allowed to talk about the NFL, or you guys, can I say the words NFL, or is YouTube bot going to get me? I think it was that Vegas NFL video that I showed that got us flagged. Here's Dallas Mavericks owner Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban famously said in March of 2016 he believes that in 10 years the NFL will risk implosion. Mark Cuban said, I'm telling you right now, pigs get fat, hogs get slaughtered, and the NFL's getting hoggy. Just watch. When you try to take it so far, people eventually turn the other way. I remember Mark Cuban a few years ago said that fantasy sports was a fad. And Cuban also thought that secondary NFL league was going to work in football too. But I think he's onto something here. The NFL is trending downwards. And if you watch me and Dave Malinsky today, Malinsky brought this up today too. We were talking about the Vegas stuff, and he brought up Goodell being incompetent. And I said, yeah, but they're making all this money, and they don't really care. And he goes, they don't care now, but they will down the road when he sets them up for failure. And he brought up a good point. He said the NFL has already peaked. The NFL's popularity is peaked. They can't get any bigger. They can only sort of go down. And we've seen, man, the last couple of years, the ratings have gone significantly down. Attendance is significantly down. The NFL does have a problem, but the only thing is they're so big that they're so much bigger than everyone else still that it doesn't really show. You know what I mean? But the NFL is not trending upwards. I talked about it in the intro video today. The NFL has made announcements. They've made announcements that they're going to alter the commercials a little bit. They're not going to go after a touchdown. There's not going to be a commercial and then a kickoff and then a commercial again. I guess after the touchdown, they're going to go to the commercial and they're going to come back with the kickoff, but there won't be another commercial after that. They've essentially eliminated, I believe, 4 commercials per game. 4 commercial breaks per game. So about 16 commercials. The NFL definitely sees this. They are losing revenue because of it. They are chopping commercials out of their broadcast because they realize, fuck, it's just too much now. People are it is ridiculous. You get a touchdown, you get an extra point, they go to a commercial, it's 3 minutes of commercial break, they come back, there's the fucking kickoff, and then they go back to commercial break again. So you're sitting there for 6 minutes to watch a kickoff. People are sick of it. And the NFL realizes this. So they're going to shave it down, but it's not enough. It's not enough. And I brought it up today when I was talking about the logos on the jerseys. The NFL should seriously consider and get modern with this, all right? Europe is always ahead of us with everything. So get modern here and borrow from the European soccer model. Play an NFL football quarter commercial free. 15 minutes of football, commercial free. Or I can even accept fucking going to one commercial break, halfway through type shit. But if you want to engage viewers and you don't want to keep on losing viewers, people like the product. People don't dislike the NFL product. They bitch about it. There's a lot of stuff that, they tweak. The NFL's gone too crazy with the tweaking. But people don't like the shitty games. People don't like the commercials. You guys put shitty teams on TV too much. You don't get it. You got to mix shit up and stop with your, this is what we've done forever. Just start giving people super matches on TV all the time. Denver Broncos, Green Bay Packers, New England Patriots, Dallas Cowboys. Throw your little cycle schedule shit out. Do what the NBA does. We're putting the best teams on fucking TV. You know, like the NBA has national TV games on Tuesday and Thursday on TNT, and they have ESPN games on Monday. They don't put shitty teams on TNT. You know, you'll get the Knicks because they're fucking a big market, but like you don't make it. You don't get it because TNT is like, listen, we paid a lot of money. We're only on a couple of times a week. We're not going to put a shitty team on. It doesn't matter if we put the fucking Lakers on all the time and we put the same teams. We get ratings. So we're going to go with that. The NFL takes the model like, oh, we're so big, people will watch it no matter what. So we're going to give you the Chicago Bears versus the Philadelphia Eagles on Monday Night Football. You know, it might sound good from television market perspective, but the rest of the country doesn't care. It's shitty football. You know, Sunday Night Football has high-profile matchups, and their ratings are good. So the NFL, it's not like people don't want to watch NFL football. That's not the problem. The problem is the actual broadcast. And it's too long, and it's not enough action. There's like 17 minutes of football action and 3.5 hours of fucking game time. It's ridiculous. So I think they should go to the soccer route. Play the quarters commercial free. Play the quarters commercial free. Have a fucking Budweiser or whoever your sponsors are pop up with an in-game ad with sound. So Joe Buck shuts up, Aikman shuts up, and it pops up Budweiser. You know what I mean? Here we go. And, you know, whatever. The first quarter is brought to you by Lowe's Hardware. And, like, have the Lowe's commercial and, like, let Lowe's run whatever the fuck they want to run on the commercial. So you run the commercial in the game on the box, and the announcer shuts up for 30 seconds. You run the commercial. You let them pop up a Budweiser logo whenever they want type shit, or you even leave the logo on the fucking screen. You know what I mean? You're like, all right, well, just fucking AK Budweiser. We're going to put your logo on the fucking screen. All right? It works. Has it worked for soccer? Yeah. Soccer's raking in the money. Like, does soccer, like, hurt for sponsors? No. Do the sponsors say, oh, no? The fact of the matter is, in today's day and age, the companies would be better off, the corporations would be better off this way. Nobody watches the commercials. During an NFL Sunday, there's all these games on, you just go to another game. You know, and if there's a commercial there, you go to another one or another one. You know what I mean? So no one really watches these commercials on NFL Sunday. Everyone's avoiding the commercial now. People have ad block on computers. The only way to go is to force people to watch the fucking commercial, is to put it in the game. Except it's actually better for the viewer. You know what I mean? You pop up a couple of commercials during the fucking first quarter. First quarter brought to you by, you make a big sponsor of it. You pop up an ad or a few ads during the fucking quarter, during, like, you know, in between punts and fucking, you know, when the players are going off, it's perfect timing. Instead of going to commercial break, just stay there, pop the ads up on the screen, and then at the end of the first quarter, you have a little fucking commercial fest. People can fucking go take a piss and shit. All right, we'll be back in 4 minutes, fuck. Bunch of commercials. You know what I mean? And you get your money from your revenue to commercials. People will enjoy the fucking broadcast more because there won't be so many commercial interruptions. People won't mind the actual commercials popping up during the game. Like I said, it's worked for fucking soccer, hasn't it? My cable's all wigged out, fuck. It's worked for soccer. I'm just full of great ideas. And that is a good idea. But really, Roger Goodell's legacy will be judged on what happens in the future. And the NFL has to figure out a way to adapt to the digital age, right? Now, we know they're cocksuckers, and the NFL doesn't even let gifts and shit like that go up. And we see right away they were on my ass tonight. But like the NFL, like, you know, look, the NFL had to deal with Twitter last year. They have to deal with Amazon TV this year online. A bigger deal than they did with Twitter even. So like they're getting money, you know, from online, but they're going to have to adapt for the future. And the actual NFL game experience sucks. Like Dave is saying about the NFL, if you know the NFL game experience blows. That's what like will be good about the Vegas NFL game experience. Like it's very modern. The stadium's not in the middle of nowhere. It's right across the street from like a fucking bunch of like stuff going on. Like a lot of NFL stadiums are in the middle of nowhere. You go to a Buffalo Bill game, it's a fucking 9-hour excursion, man. Like it really is. Like even if you're from Buffalo, it's a fucking 6-hour excursion. You know, I went to a San Diego, we talked about it the other night with San Diego Chargers in their stadium. We went to a Charger game, man. We got there at like fucking 5 o'clock. Yeah, well, 8 o'clock was, so yeah, the game started at 5:30 local time. It's fucking early, man. It was a pain in the ass. It was Thursday night football, 8:30. I swear, we had to get there early. Like, we got there at like 4 o'clock. So 7 o'clock. We should have had like an hour or something before. It took us like 2 hours to get into the stadium. Like, we were sitting there on the freeway in San Diego, like, yeah, there's the stadium. It's right in front of us, but we're not moving. You know, there was like fucking 3 lanes in on, you know, it was fucking ridiculous. Like, put it this way, you're on a fucking expressway freeway in California, and there were dudes walking, selling shit on the freeway. That's how slow the traffic was. Like, it took us literally like 90 minutes to get into the parking lot. And the stadium's in the middle of nowhere. We parked like, it took us like 20 minutes to walk from the car to the parking lot where Kyle Turley was playing. After the game, it took us another 2 hours to get out of there. It's ridiculous. Like, you know, it's a 3.5-hour football game and it takes you 2 hours to get in and out of half these fucking stadiums. It's bullshit. That's why the NBA does well. And, you know, the NHL even does well with live attendance because people know. The arenas are downtown. You go into the arena, you come out, you go into a subway station, it's connected to the arena, and you're out of there. Fucking NFL is a big excursion. And then you throw in the fact, yeah, NFL games, fucking, there's violence, you can't go with your family. Listen, I'm not fearful. You know what I mean? But the fact is, the NFL, the games are out of control. Look at Buffalo games. It's fucking nuts. Like, all it is now is 80,000 fucking waste cases in the parking lot throwing each other through chairs. They fucking fight with anyone that's wearing an opposing fucking jersey. They fight with each other eventually. Like, it's just a big fucking, like, loser fest, really, an NFL game. And you're missing all the other games. You're fucking cold. And then, like, you got to get out of there. Yeah, like even the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys stadium's in the middle of nowhere. Look at Arizona, middle of nowhere. You know, Miami, you risk your fucking life going to that fucking stadium. I've been to that stadium. It's like fucking right in the middle of the hood. It's not a good time down there. Like, you go to that stadium, you got to get in and out and shit. Like, you can't hang around that neighborhood, fuck, you know? Degenerate Dean is correct about that. Exactly. That's the shit the NFL is going to have to do. You know, charge fucking $29.99 a game. You put your fucking goggles on, and it's like you are literally on the 50-yard line, the third row. Exactly. You know, like they'll probably even sell you a seat. Yeah, get your NFL stadium fucking seats. You have your stadium seat, you put your goggles on, you're sitting there, and it's like you're at the fucking game. Except the only other cool thing about it is you'll be able to flick. Yeah, let's go to the Arizona game. Boom. Next thing you know, you're in the front row of that stadium. Think about that for NHL and shit in the future. Yeah, you'll just sit in the front row behind the net, the glass. It'll be like being there, and you'll just sit there, and it's like you're in the front row, you know? Like the modern stadiums give people something to go to the stadium for. You know, like that new Atlanta stadium. That's downtown. That's a nice stadium. It's going to be off the hook, and you're going to have all these sick new amenities and shit. But the NFL has to get to the point where, like, they need fucking, like, iPads in stadiums and shit. They need chargers in the seats. if you're going to push fantasy football, people need to see it. You need to have more options. Like, if I owned an NFL team, I would actually like raise it up a notch and shit. I would like have a fucking screen, split screen with like the red zone on in the stadium. You know, you don't do it like right so it's too distracting, but you sort of have it in the stadium somewhere. So it's like for all you fuckers that are freaking out about the other NFL games, when you're waiting in line getting beer, you can watch all the games and shit. You know what I mean? Like the NFL's got to be more like that. Like just have around the stadium, like fucking highlights popping up and shit. More interactive. Like, yeah, it is. It's hard. You're right. Denver's got their football stadium right downtown, which is pretty cool. Yeah, but college is ruining it, Dave. Look, we talked about it last night or the other night too. College is these fucktards are going to Super Bowl style halftime shows. Like, hey, dumbass, that's what fucking college bands are for. Like, that's the whole reason we have college bands. Well, I'm a little disheartened about the copyright shit. It'll be all right, but now we're gonna be flagged by YouTube and shit. All because I play a stupid Vegas fucking stadium shit. Unbelievable. Yeah, the future of sports. We've talked about it. The sports as it is right now. Cuban's sort of onto something. And in the future of sports, and he says here, he goes, now Cuban is back for more criticism of the NFL. Pointing out the NFL is getting greedy again with their move to Vegas. It's going to backfire, says Cuban. There's no good reason. It's no disrespect to Las Vegas. It's a great city and it's vibrant. But they're going to a smaller market. It's transient. And it's just another example of chasing every last dollar. And that always tends to backfire. It is a good point. Like if I'm Vegas in that stadium we just showed you, I don't make it too big. Don't get carried away and make it 90,000 or anything. Because I got to tell you, guys like Brian Blessing and Teddy Savansky and shit, they're not going to Raider games. You know, there's a lot of people in Vegas that are going to be like, I'm not going to the game. I'm going to be in the fucking sports book. I'm not paying fucking the NFL. Like, they're like like I said, the NFL in-game experience isn't what it used to be. People don't clamor to go to NFL games. And if there's ever a city where people are going to be conditioned not to go to the fucking game, it's Vegas. Like, people in LA were mad. Like, a lot of people in LA were mad when they got the Rams back because with no NFL football in LA, they got all the games on TV. And now that the Rams are back, shit's always blacked out and other games are blacked out and they get less games and shit. So there's actually people are like, you know, I actually liked it better before. Like, you know, because the NFL is an interesting league in that sense. In the sense the NFL has so many fans, but there are so many fans that have never been to a game before. You know what I mean? Like, how many Green Bay Packer fans are there around the world that have never been to Lambeau? How many Cowboy fans are there that have never been to Dallas in their fucking life, but they love the Dallas Cowboys? Big NFL fans. Like, you know, just you guys in the chat right now, who are you NFL fans of? And have you ever been to one of their games? You know, like, there are people that are diehard fans that have never been there. Look, I love the Buffalo Bills. I haven't been to that many Bills games in my life. You know, honestly, I've probably been to maybe 6 or 8 Bills games in my life. Like, if I actually thought about this, I could tell you every game I've been to, you know? I was at the Cowboy meltdown game. Remember when they lost to the Cowboys on the Monday night? I was there in Buffalo. I was at the Seattle game where I got busted, the home opener. I think I saw them once in LA in the preseason. I never saw them in a regular season. But I'm kind of burnt with that one. I'm like, did I see them or didn't I? I'm kind of like, I saw them a bunch of times here in Toronto. Like, I pretty much never not went when they were in Toronto here. There were a couple of times I was in Vegas when they played. But when I was here, I went with old man once. Like, I saw the Falcons, I saw the Bears, I saw the Jets, I saw the Dolphins, I saw the Steelers. So, yeah, I saw them all, fuck. Like, I've only been to Ralph Wilson. I've only been to Buffalo, though, a couple of times. And like I said, I love the Bills. You know what I mean? But as I get older now, I used to like really crave to go. I was like, I wish I was there, and fuck, man. Like, I used to really die to go, and I was like, man, when I move to Toronto, it's going to be awesome. I'm going to be so close to the Bills games. I'm going to go all the time. And like I said, I don't go all the time. Fuck. I don't want to. I don't want to go. Like, you know, it's funny how you change when you get older. Like, I just picture like an NFL Sunday morning. The last thing I want to do is wake up at 6 a.m, get on a fucking bus with a bunch of drunk people, fucking sit at customs for an hour, go to fucking a Bills game, watch the Bills lose, get fucking drunk, all fucking cold, and then come back at fucking 10 o'clock that night and the day's ruined. And it's not really like something, you know. What I would like to do, and hopefully I'll do it this year. I wanted to do it last year, but I didn't. But I only got the idea late, and I was having problems with a chick. So this year, I'm thinking I will do it. But the key is to do it early in the year when it's not cold in Buffalo. And like, that's another. I've never been to a Bills game in December or anything. So I'm not even I'm a poser, fuck. Like, I only go early in the year when it's not cold. So, but my plan is I want to go to Niagara Falls. I'll go to Niagara Falls, fucking party on the Saturday night in Niagara Falls, get a hotel room in Niagara Falls and shit. You know, be able to smoke it up and get wasted and stuff. And in the morning, go to the Bills game. You're already close. You're already there. It'll only take like an hour or so to get there from Niagara Falls. So in the morning at 10, 11 in the morning, go to the Bills game. And you don't have to worry about fucking weed or anything and partying and shit or getting stuck in Buffalo after or coming all the way back to Toronto. I'll have the hotel waiting for me in Niagara Falls. I'll leave the Bills game, get the fuck out of there early. Like, even if in a couple of minutes, whatever. Beat the fucking big traffic on the way out of there. Book back to Niagara Falls to the fucking casino. And the casino has that sports book there in Niagara. It's like Vegas style. They have all the NFL games and everything. The only catch is you got to bet 2 games instead of 1. But you could probably be back by at least halftime of the 4 o'clock games. You know, you go to a Bills game at 1 o'clock. You're in Niagara Falls. You could be back for midway through the second quarter type shit. You could be betting the half times. Oh, yeah, that's the thing, Babano. Now they're going to be on our ass. Fuck. Yeah, that's the thing. But it's a bot. So, lesson learned. Copyrighted audio. It had to be the music that we played with that Vegas thing. Fucking stupid generic riff. Like I give a shit about your riff. So close-minded of the NFL. So close-minded of the NFL. All right, we'll take one last break here on the Twisted Tuesday, and we'll come back with some closing thoughts. getting late. All right, so if you want more of me, Morency Unfiltered's coming up right now. It's a good show, and I talk about James Harden. Nobody's talking about this story really, but Moses Malone's son, the legendary Moses Malone, one of my favorite basketball players when I was a kid. The legendary Moses Malone pisses me off. I want to get Jordan's head in there. That's better. It's a fucking big poster, man. It's a monster poster, but it's still not big enough. Yeah, so Moses Malone, the legendary Moses Malone. Legendary Moses Malone. His son alleges that James Harden paid a bunch of thugs $20,000 to assault him and rob him outside of a strip club in Houston. And why would he do that? Because Moses Malone Jr. ripped James Harden on Facebook. And I guess they know each other. And he said that fucking Harden told him, I'm going to get you. So Harden can't get his hands dirty. So Buddy alleges that fucking he got attacked and robbed outside of a strip club. And James Harden fucking paid the guys $20,000 to do it. So the crazy thing is, though, I talk about it on the show. I'm not going to repeat everything I said, but what's fucked about this, it's not some homeless dude that's doing this. Like Moses Malone Jr., he's the son of an NBA legend. Harden's like, oh, he just wants money. And it's like, well, the guy's the son of an NBA legend. It's kind of a weird story. And for the record, I stated on the show, and, I can't get sued by Harden. I just said it was my opinion. I believe Moses Malone Jr. This shit happens all the time. This shit happens all the time, man. It's just rare that it's a famous person, and not that Moses Malone Jr. is famous, but like I talk about me and Pete talk about this in Unfiltered, Pete Annapolis, that you're a basketball player. Most of these guys are vindictive people. They're the type of guys, you know what I mean? They're like rappers. They'd like to shoot everyone if they could. So, without a doubt, you're telling me that some guy in the NBA is thinking, fuck, I'd fucking get this guy, but I can't get this guy because I'm in the NBA. But there's no way in hell they'll never know if he just gets robbed. So they just tell Harden's got a fucking shitload. He gives fucking a couple of dudes $20K. It's, rob this dude, rough him up, fuck, Now, we'll see where this story goes, but the thing is, they busted the dudes. So we'll see if the dudes that did the robbery turn on Harden. So far, they haven't. It's a developing story, but arrests were made last night in Houston. So Donald Trump might not be the only one with a problem. Like, it'd be really, what are they going to do with Harden? Imagine, think about this, though. It's all coming together right now. Harden fucking played like shit over the last couple of games. What if Harden knows, oh shit, this is true? Like, fuck, man, this guy's going public with this stuff now, and I'm going to fucking get suspended. Like, how do you not suspend Harden? Like, if it's proven, if these guys roll over on Harden, and it's proven in court and shit that fucking Harden paid these guys $20,000 to rob somebody, Harden's going to get fucking suspended. I imagine, how do you not suspend a guy? I think you get charged. Harden better fucking hope this isn't true. And Harden better fucking hope, man, that you had a backup plan with these guys. Like, you need to hope. Some good Guy Lafleur stuff on right now. You need to hope. Like, if you're Harden, you need to tell these guys, listen, I'm going to give you $20K, but if you get busted, you don't say jack shit, I'll give you another $200, fuck, Like, you need to, make sure before. This is how like O.J. Simpson went down. O.J. Simpson at the Palace Station Hotel in Vegas, he wasn't with his buddies. O.J. was with one buddy. He's at the bar, and he basically picked up a couple of thugs in the bar. A couple of tough guys came up to O.J., and they were like, hey, what's up, Juice? And he's like, hey, you guys are tough, and, you know, the guys were packing heat. And he's like, yeah, can you help me out? And they were like, yeah, sure, Juice. So O.J. thinks he's all tough. You're getting free muscle. So O.J. shows up in a hotel room with a bunch of thugs. Yeah, but when the thugs got busted, they turned on O.J. right away. They were like, O.J. fucking, you know, O.J. just, you know, came up to me in the bar. Because Moses Malone Jr. is alleging this publicly. The victim is the one that's linking Harden to this. Moses Malone Jr. says, I was assaulted by these dudes, and James Harden paid these dudes to do it. They arrested the dudes that did it. I don't know if it was last night or a couple of days ago, 2 days ago, whatever. It's in the Houston news. I think it was last night. Arrests were made last night. So they busted the guys that, like, there was an assault. No one's disputing this. They have a couple of dudes under arrest for assaulting and robbing Moses Malone Jr. Moses Malone Jr. is publicly stating that he knows that James Harden paid these guys to do it. So James Harden saying, Moses Malone saying this publicly, that's slander if it's not true. Right? He must really fucking believe that it's true. As me and Pete Annapolis stated, if you're fucking smart, Harden, and, you know, we know you don't make smart decisions on the court, but if you're smart, dude, fucking settle this ASAP, dude. Like, fucking, like, now. You know what I mean? Like, fucking, I would already just give him $1 million, whatever, fucking, you know, $500K, $1 million. Tell him you win, fuck off. You know, that's it. Like if you're Harden, you don't want this. Like, you want Malone saying, oh, no, it wasn't Harden. Like, you know, like, we'll see how this plays out. Like I said, it's a fluid story, but with Donald Trump on the verge of getting impeached, fuck, you know, James Harden assaulting somebody. James Harden assaulting somebody doesn't get the same run. Yeah, some great show if you're a hockey fan. They have Montreal Canadiens, like, highlights with Guy Lafleur of the 70s and shit. It's great stuff. They just showed him beat the Flyers in 76. And fuck, he was good, Guy Lafleur. My favorite player. He looks like my father. It's crazy. When I'm fascinated by this, normally I wouldn't be sucked in like this by a Canadians thing. They're talking about Guy Lafleur and a kidnap threat, but they're showing all these cool shots of the 70s in Montreal, the parade and stuff. I'm like, fuck, I'm somewhere in that mass as a kid and shit, you know? Great memories. Great memories. All right, thanks, Babano, Degenerate Dean, Jim K, Bobbert, Apathetic Bystanders, Reckless, Dave, Jazz, Kyle. Could have Kyle Johnson on board. Degenerate Dean, Jim K. MMA Madness, Bruce Chad. And Scartown. Hey, what's up, Scartown? I didn't realize Scartown was in the house, actually. I didn't welcome you on board earlier. I don't know, I just sort of took it for granted. I didn't realize, I forgot it was like the Ustream chat here. Welcome aboard, Scartown. My bad if you're still not here. Like I said, I was like, oh yeah, there's Scartown. But I forgot. I'm like, no, Scartown wasn't here before. So welcome aboard, Scartown. And everybody else, we hope you're enjoying the premium experience. We'll see you on Thursday night. Stay tuned. We'll see you tomorrow on Game Time Decisions, Morency Unfiltered, and all that other fun stuff. But stay tuned for Thursday's post time. As you see, I send you the messages on Patreon. I hope you get them. And I don't think we'll be able to start at 9. I'm not drinking or anything on Thursday either, so I won't be hammered. But I should be back by 10, 11, I hope. You know what I mean? So we'll aim for an 11 o'clock start time on Thursday, and we'll let you know what our horse's name is. Other than that, you're on your own. Later.